School as we have another home game. As it seems like the Trojans are front-loading their home games with a pair of them this week. We'll do more away games on the back end, which doesn't matter to me one way or the other. Been to just about every gym in the city at this point. But here we go, checking mic 1. Under 5 minutes to go in halftime. Westlake leads it by 6 in the JV game. Mic check here on the stream as we get ready for an 8 p.m. tip-off. It's a late one on a Friday night, as I'm not sure if these guys are on winter break yet, but we're getting to that point. But live here with my fresh new headset. Feeling good, feeling fine. It'll be a tough one to win here, as Anderson's already dropped their first 2 district games, and Westlake generally, I'm not sure about this year, but generally they are the favorite here at the 6A level in Austin. Mic up 1 just a touch, adjusting now. Here, mic 1 up just a bit. But here, check 1, 2. Live from Anderson High School, where the Trojans will take on the Chaparrals. I am Jack Farrell, joined by my QA, back in the Vype studios, a.k.a. the living room couch. Mr. Les Clary, how you doing tonight, good sir? Pretty light night here, 8 p.m. tip. Chilly day. It's finally hitting that basketball weather where you get out of your car and you're happy to get into the gym. But let me know how mic 1 sounds. I've turned it up just a touch. But both teams out getting some shots up as the JV kids in the locker room for halftime. But here's mic 1, testing mic 1. All right, if I'm good to go, I'm gonna set the headset down. Just let me know if you need anything. I'll keep the camera on the JV clock so you know generally where we're at in the game. But for now, headset's down, clocking in at just about 2 o'clock on the mic 1. So keep that in mind, and I'll be back, not soon, but in a while. Alrighty, good evening everybody. We are live from Anderson High School for yet another Trojan basketball game. We're just minutes away from getting started here as the Trojans are taking on the visiting Westlake Chaparrals. Good evening everybody. Hope you're all doing good. Hope you all had a good week as it is a Friday night, late tip, 8 p.m. My name is Jack Farrell. I will be your host tonight as the Anderson Trojans look to knock in their first district victory of the season as they sit at 0-2, a pair of losses, both of them by identical scores, 68-59 to Buda Johnson and Aikens down in South Austin. Today, they have a much easier task of taking on probably the best team in their district. The Westlake Chaparrals enter this game at 14-2, 2-0 in district play, and those two games haven't been particularly close. A 15-point win over rival Lake Travis and a 26-point win over Del Valley, who Anderson will play here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Got a quick turnaround, a Friday-Saturday showing here in December, as Westlake will be doing the same thing, taking on Austin High School at their building tomorrow. So a quick road trip for Westlake, taking a tour of some of the other gyms around here, but both teams out getting ready to go. Trojans wearing their home whites. Looks like a different jersey than we might be used to. I know normally the uniforms have a white number outline. These are solid colors, so it looks like Anderson going to be rocking some new uniforms tonight that we may not have seen yet, so that's exciting. Westlake wearing their away blues, white and red trim at the bottom of the uniforms as they're out getting some shots up now. For Anderson, tonight, just going to look to build on what they have been building as they have struggled with just a few things. Pretty much every game that we've seen, they've struggled to rebound and they've struggled with turning the ball over. So obviously it's a tough opponent to try and to get your issues right, but that's the goal for Anderson, just limit turnovers, make smarter passes, not try and gamble on so many shots down the court with deep passes or trying to fit it in windows that just aren't there. So we'll see if Anderson can kind of get some of the sillier turnovers out of there. Obviously, when you play a team like Westlake, you might have to be a little bit more aggressive, as you're not going to just be able to come in and beat Westlake. Playing your own game, you're going to have to switch things up and try and catch them off guard in certain things, as they're a very good team, and they are year to year. We've seen Westlake in this gym already this season with the Anderson Classic. Of course, Westlake walking away with the championship once again here after a couple of excellent games with Cy Falls and St. Michael's. No battle of the West Austin teams, that Barton Creek area St. Michael's team. But Anderson and Westlake never quite matched up in the Anderson Classic, so this is their first look at the Chaps here tonight. Should be an interesting game just to see what Anderson can do against this Westlake team. Anderson obviously going to need some more scoring output. They've gotten good totals in the scoring column from Bennett Blackerby and Mitchell Whitlow. Bennett not as efficient as he would like to be in the early part of this district run. He has come out hot shooting in both of the games, hitting his first few shots, but then cooling off as the game goes along. So hopefully he can string together a more consistent outing, as this Trojan team in the early part of the season has just been consistently inconsistent. So Mitchell Whitlow, Bennett Blackerby, you tend to know what you're going to get from them. You're definitely, well, not definitely, but you're most likely going to get in double figures if they are even close to on top of their game. But other than that, it's been a bit of a revolving door. Campbell Duncan has usually added in his fair share of points. Fred Dale is known for his scoring outburst every now and then, but usually those two guys are not quite hitting the 100 mark or the 10-point mark. They're both 7 to 9 to 12 points somewhere in there, but otherwise it's been an open job. Anyone could step up and take it at any moment. We've seen Jackson Gill get hot, but he's coming off a game against Aikens where he scored just 2, so you never really know what you're getting on the offensive end. That's another key for Anderson going into this game, but they've got a shot to pull off what would be an upset here tonight against the visiting Westlake Chaparrals, as we're just about ready to go ahead and send it down to the public address for the national anthem, as well as the announcements of our starting lineups. So we'll go ahead and send it to not Dr. Buckman, as he is out tonight. We'll see who's going to step in and try and work in some nice puns for the starting lineup, or maybe they'll just play it straight. Might be the safer call. But here we go, down on the court to the PA and the national anthem. Back after this.
Good evening and welcome to Anderson High School, the Madhouse on Mesa. Tonight is a District 26 6A matchup between the Westlake Chaparrals and your Anderson Trojans. If you would all please rise and remove your caps, gentlemen. Tonight's national anthem will be sung by Stacy Snavely, an Anderson alum, 1996. Thank you, Stacy.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Go Trojans!
Thank you, Stacy. Let's hear it for the Anderson alums in the house. The visiting Westlake Chaparrals, coached by Laura Producer, assisted by John Polanco, Garrett Gonzalez, Alex Whitkey, Mike McKelvey, coming with a record of 14-2. The Chaparrals starting lineup for tonight. The 6-foot junior, number 1, Gavin Paul. 6'4" junior, number 22, Max Taman. 6'5" senior, number 10, Eric Seegers. 6'5" junior, number 35, Wonder Kahosi. And a 6'4" senior, number 24, Blake Mary. The Anderson Trojans would like to welcome some special guests to tonight's game. Talents Westmoreland, Luke Knight, James Neitzel, and William Tiernan. Welcome, boys. Trojan coached by Daniel Pittsburgh, assisted by Eric Swanson, Jose Chavez, Michael Stratton, Brendan Harthoon, and tonight's starting lineup, a 6'2" senior, number 1, Mitchell Whitlow. 6'1" junior, number 4, Jackson Gill. 6'4" junior, number 5, Campbell Duncan. A 6'1" senior, number 22, Fred Gill. And a 6'1" senior, number 23, Bennett Rockaby.
All right, we are underway. It'll be Cahosie on the jump ball, Gavin Paul, number 1, starting point guard. Eric Seegers, number 10, Blake Meary, number 24. He can shoot the lights out. Wonder Cahosie, number 35, tipping off here. And Max Purushothaman, another sniper, in at the other forward spot. For the Anderson Trojans, it's the same starting 5 as you are used to. Mitchell Whitlow, Fred Dale, Jackson Gill, Bennett Blackerby, and the man in the middle on the jump ball is Campbell Duncan. Perhaps Campbell's toughest test on the jump ball yet. And it's going to be taken away by Gavin Paul, so Campbell Duncan can't come up with the jump ball on the opening tip for the first time on the broadcast here. Here comes Blake Meary driving right at Campbell Duncan. He's stuck underneath the basket. He'll have to get rid of it somewhere. He finds Gavin Paul. Gavin Paul going to have the ball a lot here tonight. So he's crafty with it. He's got some speed. He can get inside, but he's a very good facilitator. Is Meary going to come up shooting? That's going to be no good. Knew it all the way. Got his own board, and Westlake recovers. So 0-0, 7.5 to play in the first quarter. Here's Purushothaman. Cahosie back up top. From the outside, that's no good. So 2 missed threes to start for Westlake. Campbell Duncan clears it away. Bennett Blackerby putting it on the ground. He's going to take it up the left side, defended by Purushothaman. That ball is knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay here. So Max knocks that one out of bounds. The lanky junior. Minute gone, scoreless. Well, 55 seconds gone. We'll make it a minute now. And the lob inside is taken away. That's what I was talking about. That's too much of a gamble. That shouldn't be your first pass in a half-court setting as Paul all the way to the basket takes the bump. Rebound to Seegers. Ball knocked away. Fred Dale with the rebound. So they're letting him play here early, a physical possession on that end of the court. And a pass across. It's Mitchell Whitlow driving in. Gets caught in the air, but a nice feed to Campbell Duncan. Beautiful pass when it looked like Whitlow was out of control. And Anderson strikes first. It's 2-0 for the Anderson center. Back outside, Meary left wide open. Can't do that. And can't do that. It's a bad defensive strategy as Blackerby loses it. Gets it back up ahead to Gill. Now they'll slow it down. It's 3-2 in favor of the away team. Pass across to Bennett Blackerby. It's off his hand and out of bounds. Looked like that one might have been tipped by Westlake. Blackerby didn't need to go for it, but nonetheless, it'll be a turnover. Second win of the ball game already for the Anderson Trojans. 3-2, Westlake with the ball and the lead. Max Purushothaman comes up with it. Can't get the shot. Rebound underneath, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Wonder Cahosie whistled for it on the push.
Offensive foul number 35. Wonder Cahosie, that's first team first.
So Purushothaman comes up firing. Hasn't been able to find the range yet here early, but he will keep shooting, and he will make Anderson pay on a couple of those here tonight, I assure you that. So Westlake team that we've seen on Vype in the Anderson Classic, which was a very fun tournament at the beginning of the month, and this is going to be a traveling violation going against Campbell Duncan. So another turnover here for Anderson. 5:45 to go in the first. Westlake with the ball in the lead. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to the broadcast tonight. Wherever you may be joining us from on a Friday evening as Cahosie tries to post up Duncan. Can't get it, gets his own board, misses the follow. Rebound to Jackson Gill, and he's out and running. Here comes Bennett Blackerby. Pass across, Fred Dale cutting into the lane. He goes up with it. Good defense there by Purushothaman. It's a missed shot for Anderson. It'll come the other direction. Westlake ball. Max with the ball, drives into the lane. Floater is good, and one. So the foul will go against Jackson Gill, as it's now 5-2 Westlake. Caden Williford into the ball game. Fred Dale out. Charlie DeShazo in as well. Jackson Gill going to step out of the ball game for his first rest.
22. Up the line, come on.
First free throw is a first miss as Whitlow comes away with it. Nearly lost it again. Not Whitlow, but Anderson as a team, but they do lose it here. And here's Gavin Paul sprinting into the front court, and that's that speed I told you about. He's a blur going down the court. It's 7-2, his first bucket. Here's Bennett. Campbell Duncan with it up top. Now pass into Mitchell Whitlow. He's going to set into a triple. He's going to miss, and it goes underneath to Westlake. So slow start offensively for Anderson. That's been one of their usual strengths, is coming out hot in the first quarter. As here's Miri looking for a shot. Now passes to Cahosi. Campbell Duncan defending him. Good dribble move. But here's Paul. Now back to Purushothaman. He's going to fire again. He's going to hit this time. And Anderson needs a timeout, and that's probably a good idea, as it's quickly 10-2 here in the first quarter. 4 minutes, 23 seconds. Just about 3.5 gone. Just a 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Campbell Duncan, the only Trojan in the scoring column at the moment. He's got 2 points. Otherwise, for Westlake, Max Pete, 5 points. Blake Meary, he has a triple, and Gavin Paul in that fast break scores a layup. As we are into that winter break, got plenty of alumni here, plenty of former players from seasons past. Reliving the good old days of your youth. Nothing like a freshman who comes back for the first time and feels extremely old. I remember it. And it's a silly thing now, but that first time you go back to your hometown or go to your high school is Mitchell Whitlow to the basket and one. But it's nice to see the fellas back, supporting their old teammates, supporting some new teammates. Do I sound good tonight? I'm using a different headset. Am I more crisp and clear? I hope so. But Mitchell Whitlow cashes in on the 3 points the hard way as he heads to the bench now. It'll be Andrew Darby into the game. Here's Donovan Lee up top with it for the first time as he's checked in. Blake Meary takes the bump from Campbell Duncan. They're letting him play here. That's a foul some nights. Now driving baseline is Lee. He gets all the way to the cup. Good defense by Darby as he hits the ground, and that's going to be a traveling violation, as this one is rough and tumble in the first quarter. Under 4 minutes to play now, 3:41 to go. Westlake with 2 personal fouls, Anderson with 1. Fred Dale in, Campbell Duncan out, Mitchell Whitlow in. So a lot of quick subs in district play so far. They're getting guys in and out of the ball game, quick rests, subbing for defense, subbing for offense. That usually comes into play more a little bit with foul trouble and whatnot into the second half. But here is Jackson Gill. 3.5 to play here in quarter number 1. Fred Dale sets the screen, gets it off to Mitchell Whitlow. Pass into the corner for Gill. He was looking for the cutter, but now they do find the cutter. Nice pass again for Mitchell Whitlow. Williford wasn't necessarily ready for that, and it's going to be a turnover into the hands of Meary. Good idea by Whitlow. Williford's got to be ready there. Now also into the game is Isaiah Coote. Now back out for Lee. Lee's going to shoot. Lee's going to miss badly off the right side. Rebound to Jackson Gill, and here come the Anderson Trojans. Get it across half court cleanly. Gill spins, double coming. They pull back on it. He kills his dribble going baseline. Now he's trapped. Back outside for Fred Dale. Now Mitchell Whitlow with Meary defending. Here's Caden Williford facing up. Paul on defense on him. Caden kicks to the corner. It's Whitlow, almost out of bounds. Toe tap on the sideline. Here's Whitlow again. He's going to put it on the floor. Mitchell looking to be aggressive here. Pulls up. No good. Williford on the board. He's going to go right back up with it and get the rule. Nice job by Caden Williford. If he didn't get that shot off, it would have been blocked. So good job to just get it up and get it in when he could. So the follow goes. Anderson quickly on a 5-0 run off a basket and an and one from Whitlow and there from Williford. Meary a step back tray. Can't silence the run. Rebound batted out by Coote, and it's going to go out of bounds. Nice try, though. 2:17 to play here in the first quarter. Anderson trails by 3. 1 possession game with the ball. And their best three-point shooter, Bennett Blackerby, now back into the game. Dale to Blackerby. Heard that a bit in football season. That was an illegal screen by Fred Dale, but it's okay. They didn't call it. Pass out, Mitchell Whitlow tray, no good off the left side. And that's going to be off of Seeger's foot, but he's able to corral it and kick it off the Paul. So Anderson can't take the tie there as Paul going to race into the front court. Pulls up, can't hit. Rebound, strong arm Mitchell Whitlow. Now here's Gill. He's coming ahead in transition, takes the hit, and this is going to be a foul on the floor going against Lee. So Anderson getting the benefit of an early whistle. 1:45 to go, 10-7.
His first team third for Westlake.
Checking in now is Andrew Canatti, junior forward. Campbell Duncan, good pass into Dale. Fred can't corral it, but he's going to go up with it, and it's going to be 2 shots. 4 fouls now for Westlake, still just 1 for Anderson. So that's a good way to score points for a team that is offensively challenged. If you can just get into the bonus and shoot free throws every time, that's offense. It's something. But there's Fred Dale's first point from the floor. It's a free throw. Dale goes 1 for 2, but it looks like a lane violation on 22. That's looked like he got a foot in there early from my vision, and that's what the call is going to be.
Dale shooting 1.
So Fred Dale will sweep that attempt under the rug, and we'll try again for 2. Fred Dale makes them both, if anybody asks. 10-9. Minute 40 to play. It's been an exciting first quarter. Anderson's kept it close. After Westlake got out to a big run, it's a 7-0 Anderson run as Purushothaman going to drive in. Can't finish. Rebound batted out to Lee. He's going to come in for a floater. He's going to miss. Rebound up high to Whitlow. Whitlow, he's doubled underneath. Now back over to Jackson Gill. Now Bennett Blackerby into the corner for a 3. And the lead, no good. Rebound to Coote, and he's going to come out sprinting. Anderson didn't get back all the way on offense, so they had guys back on defense, and a nice floater there for Isaiah. Now Bennett Blackerby crosses over, good move there. Gets all the way to the cup, now kicks it out for Gill, but it's going to be poked away by Lee. To the floor. Nasty floor burn sound there, as back up top it's Lee. 12-9, under 50 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Into the corner, firing. No good, in and out as Westlake has just missed on several of these. Is back out to Paul on the rebound. Canatti couldn't connect from the corner. 35 or so to play here in the quarter. 12-9, 30 seconds left. Crossing over, loses the ball. Whitlow comes up with it. Bennett Blackerby with a 2-on-1 with 20 seconds to play. He's going to lob it up for Campbell. Campbell can't hit, just too strong. His momentum carried him the wrong way. There's now 12 seconds left. Here's Coote. They hand it back off to Paul, and he will hold for the final shot. Westlake with the lead heading into the break of quarter number 1. Let's see if Anderson can get the stop. They go under the screen. He's going to pull up. No good, too strong. Rebound Coote. He's going to try and shoot it, and he's not going to be able to get that off cleanly. Blackerby comes up with the board, and the quarter ends there. I'm going to take a breath. Anderson keeps it close after the first quarter. It's 12-9. Hope you're all doing good tonight on a Friday here from Northwest Austin. I'd like to thank you for tuning into the broadcast tonight. Trojan Basketball on Vype, and you know who we're sponsored by. We would like to thank them for being one of the longest and most loyal sponsors of Anderson Basketball, the personal injury trial firm of Howery, Breen, and Herman, LLP. Like Anderson Basketball, they understand what it takes to fight and win. Unlike the poser attorneys you constantly see on TV, Breen and his team are real trial attorneys who have actually tried cases to real juries and won record-setting verdicts in the courtroom. They care about their clients in real life, not on TV. They have delivered hundreds of millions of American dollars in settlements to injured folks here in Austin, Texas. And Sean Breen has seen his share of victories at Anderson as well, as he and his brother played basketball for the Trojans, as did all 4 of Sean's sons. If you find yourself in the hard situation where you or a loved one has been hurt and need a real trial attorney, call Sean Breen at Howery, Breen, and Herman. Good guys ball. And a hold on the inbound going against Westlake, as it's been all Anderson on the whistle here early. 5 team fouls to 1. This is how Anderson can stay in it in the first half, is just get to the line, get free throws, get into the bonus. As here's Whitlow looking for Campbell Duncan. That's been an excellent inbounds play as Campbell Duncan blows the layup there. But that's just a well you got to keep going back to. It works often. They forget about that guy standing right there underneath the basket. It's almost too simple to work, and it does every time. As there's Coot, and that's going to be a foul on the floor, I assume. That's going to go against Campbell Duncan, the second team foul for Anderson. First going against Campbell.
Fouls on the floor, number 5, Campbell Duncan, his first, team second.
As they get it into Purushothaman. He's looking for Miri. They get it to him. Now coming around the screen is Paul. Paul looked at the three. He's not going to take it. Screen comes from Coot. Doesn't use it. Miri, Blackerby defending him. Now back to the top of the key. 7.5 left. Now here's Miri with it on the right side. Good defense here on this possession so far from Anderson. They switch the screen. Now kick into the corner. Good recovery there by DeShazo as they lob it in now to Seegers. He's facing up on Duncan. Back to Paul. He drives to his left. Whitlow cuts it off. Number 1 defending number 1. Here's Coot going to drive in at Blackerby. He's got the size. Kicks to the corner. Miri back to Paul. Shot. No good. Good defensive possession there for the Trojans. Rebound Campbell Duncan. He's running. Pass ahead to Mitchell Whitlow. Mitchell going to drive in, pull back, take a dribble, floater. No good, too strong. Good defense by Miri, and they lob it ahead to Coot, or rather off to the side. And now our first minute and a half gone here in quarter number 2. Back across to Paul. They get it to Miri. Dale defending him. Screen, go over the screens on him. Now left side. It's been the matchup. Blackerby got a hand on it. A loose ball going to go out of bounds off of Westlake. Great defensive possession there from the Trojan shooting guard. 6:23 to play here in the first half. Heading to the bench is DeShazo. It'll be the starters into the game now for Anderson. All 5 of them. Checking in for the first time now, that's Jack Cedars. As they get it to Jackson Gill. 6 minutes left here in the first half. Dale just getting in the way to the defender. Now pass to Gill. He's going to get a look from the corner. That's no good. And a rebound, a loose ball foul going to go against Fred Dale as he cleared him out to try and get that offensive board. And that's the first foul going against Fred Dale. Third team foul going against Anderson. So a little bit more even here. 5 team fouls to 3. Still scoreless here in the second quarter. As Andrew Darby checking in for Mitchell Whitlow, it looks like. So Mitchell will get a quick rest. Assume he'll be back into the game shortly. Loose ball recovered by Westlake. Westlake around the perimeter. It's Miri with the ball now. Now Cedars with it. Big man like him a little far out from the basket is Purushothaman on a corner tray. He hits his second of the ball game, the first bucket of the quarter. So here's Gill on the right side. Miri defending him. Shifted him but lost the ball in the process. Bennett Blackerby with it on the right wing. Jab steps, gets to his spot. Pass off to Campbell Duncan. Puts one on the floor, goes around with him. Nice footwork from Campbell Duncan to avoid the travel and get the scoop layup on the other end. Here's Blake Miri. Pass to Miri, into the corner. He's got a quick trigger. He can't hit on this one. Purushothaman goes up strong with it, can't hit the layup. Rebound batted around, Campbell Duncan clears it, and this is going to be a foul going against Max on the other end of the court. Far away from the basket. That's their last foul to give. 15-11 now in the game.
Fouls on 22, Max Purushothaman. His first, team 6th.
So one more foul and the Trojans will be shooting. Well, any foul and the Trojans will be shooting. Not a foul to give, I mean. 5 minutes to play here in the quarter number 2. Cooper Bain in the game for Anderson now. Whitlow into the air, tried to find the corner. He does. It somehow snuck into Darby. But here's Bain. Stops the ball. Gets it back to Blackerby. Bennett going to dribble into a long 3. That's no good. Not great offensive process there for the Trojans, and the coaching staff knows it. They're barking at the players there. Here's Blake Miri. stops his dribble, back outside to Paul, crosses to his left, gets into the lane, blocked by Bain and a foul.
Fouls on number 13, Cooper Bain, his first team fourth.
Fourth team foul going against Anderson. Paul will head to the line after the contact.
Shooting to Gavin Paul.
Paul has 2 points in the ball game. Make that 3. Six-point deficit for Anderson now. As you really get the impression from this game that Westlake is generally the favorite here. There's a lot of teams that could just give you trouble on any given night as Dale can't get on the rebound. He goes up with it here, and he will head to the line. This will be 2 shots, but now Anderson into the bonus. Anderson having a really hard time just converting layups. Dale's missed a few, Duncan's missed a few. They make a few of those, and this is a little bit closer of a game. But still, just 2 possessions if you make 2 threes. Fred Dale hits that one. Remember, he had the benefit of a lane violation, so Fred Dale is sort of 2 for 2 today. Make that 3 for 3. But Anderson didn't look too far off from Buda Johnson. They didn't look too far off from Aikens, and now here in the early going, they don't look too far off from Westlake. So this is going to be one of those districts I feel like that's going to be pretty stacked up at year's end. And anything can happen. Any team can get hot, win a couple in a row, and they're right back to the top of the standings. As here's Gavin Paul, nice move to the basket, blocked by Williford. That one clean. Now up ahead to Jackson Gill. He drives in, Euro step, goes up, can't get the layup. Rebound batted away by Bain. It's going to be blue ball. So as close as Anderson's gotten, they haven't been able to get, they haven't been able to get the tie. They haven't been able to take the lead. But a lot of these situations have been back and forth. They get, to 4 points, they get to 6 points. Can't get it to much more than that. That's been the story of district play so far for Anderson. Now handoff, spinning in, back out to Paul. That's Eric Seegers. Got the start, hasn't scored yet, but he drives in. Back out to Paul. Sidestep triple to the left. That's no good. Rebound up high, and that's going to go out of bounds. Campbell Duncan was just trying to fend off Cedars and couldn't bring the rebound down one-handed, but you like the effort there from the smaller Anderson center. Trying to get it inbound, and that's a 5-second violation. Anderson swarming on defense, and this is a little bit more what we're used to from an Anderson team, just stifling defense in dead ball situations on inbounds. As we've seen them trap at half court a little bit in second halves, but that was such a productive thing for them in seasons past when they were at the 5A level. Now back to Mitchell Whitlow on the right corner looking for Fred Dale. They find him. Now back to Bennett Blackerby with Donovan Lee defending. He drives in, steps back to Gill. Gill open. His 3 no good. Rebound batted right to Campbell Duncan, and this is going to be a foul going against Westlake. They were tangled up. Campbell had position. The foul go against Seegers. He'll head to the line for a 1-and-1. Like I said, if you're struggling to find offense, try to get to the line, get fouled, get into the bonus, and that's what they've done. And you made it. So, you just got to find points. Find ways to scrape points off the floor, tucked behind chairs, underneath the seats. They add up, and if you play defense, like right now, Anderson only giving up 17 points, that's not bad. Duncan goes 1 for 2. He's got a team high of 5 now for Anderson. Blackerby still scoreless. Here's Paul, Meary in the corner, left him with just a little bit of daylight, and that means he's firing. He's been off today, but I've seen him heat up in an instant. He's a microwave. Floater from Gill, can't get it. Dale on the follow. Dale gets the bucket, his first from the floor. He's got 4 points off free throws, 2 points on that layup right there to make 6, and he overtakes Campbell Duncan for a team-high Purush Daman as the game-high of 8. But now just a 1-point ball game for the Anderson Trojans. They trail it by 1. It will be Westlake ball.
Pizza and Chick-fil-A in the Trojan concession stand. Please support Trojan Athletics.
Please do. Back out. It'll be Seegers along with Donovan Lee, Meary, Gavin Paul, and Isaiah Coote. For Anderson, it'll be Bennett Blackerby, Mitchell Whitlow, Fred Dale, Campbell Duncan, and Charlie DeShazo. So DeShazo in, Gill out. Meary goes up high for it. Paul back outside to Coote. Doesn't look for the shot. File that away if you're Anderson. Donovan Lee. Back to Seegers, passes in, finds Paul in the corner, hits it. So out of the timeout, Westlake draws one up to get a 3. As here's Bennett Blackerby, loses it on the dribble, hasn't had the tightest handle on it tonight, as here's Fred Dale facing up. 2 minutes to go, 4-point game, Whitlow with position, tries to turn around Jay, soft touch off the back rim.
Mitch Whitlow for the Trojans.
5 points for Mitch, 20-18. Here's Meary. Duncan defending. They hand it off to Paul. Just hit a triple. Lee into the corner. Back out to him. One of their guards off the bench. We've seen a guard off the bench really torch Anderson in both of their district games. Haven't seen that quite yet in this first half, but it's been second halves where that heavy diet's really been coming for bench guards. But here's Gavin Paul. Takes it behind or backhanded. Rebound, no. And are they going to get that on Anderson? Wasn't sure who, was it Meary on the rebound? Someone came flying in over the back of everybody. I thought the foul might be there, but it's going to go against Anderson. So free throws coming here for Westlake on a 2-point game. DeShazo picks up his first 16th foul. So Anderson out of fouls to give, but there is only 78 seconds left in the half. Take a chance to update the scoreboard. First free throw is true for Meary. He's 1 for on 3s today. So that's his 4th point. 21-18. 22-18. 3-point shooters, generally good free throw shooters. That's a good way to assess if a guy is a good shooter in college. Will he be a good shooter in the NBA? If he's good from the free throw line, chances say yes. But here's Bennett Blackerby throwing it off of Lee, and this is a slow roller out of bounds, and it doesn't quite make it. Here's Lee with Gill in chase, and he hits the layup. Lob ahead to Dale, and another bad turnover there by Anderson. When they give up a home run ball, they find the need to try and hit one of their own, and that's just not the right way to do it. As pass over to Meary. He's going to put it on the ground. If his shot's not falling, he's going to try and get to the basket. It's right there, a pretty quick swing for Anderson. Back now to an 8-point game. 30 seconds to play. Bennett with Meary defending. He hasn't had a lot of room all night. So here's Gill, crosses to his right. And that's going to be a foul going against Lee. They'll take that if you're Anderson. I thought it was a 5-second violation. There's Gill's first point. Just 13 seconds left. So it looks like Darby's getting ready to check in for shooter, and Gill will come on out. So good there, Anderson. Got in the bonus. Have hit 3 out of their 4 bonus free throws. As here's Paul crossing behind his back, spinning on Darby, trying to get into the basket. Finds Lee. able to just keep it alive. As here's Coot with 2 seconds. Turnaround J for him. In and out. Half over. As this one on a fevered pace. 35-minute first half there. 10 minutes up on the board for half. As that'll do it for us here through the first 2 frames of action. Take you through some totals. Paul and Miri both have 7 for Westlake. Max Pruishathaman has 8. That's a game high for either team. Fred Dale leading the way for the Anderson Trojans. He's got 6. 4 of those free throws, 1 of those from the field. Caden Williford with a nice layup off a pass from Mitchell Whitlow, off an assist from Mitchell Whitlow, I should say. Jackson Gill came in with 2 points there to end the half. Campbell Duncan with 5, Mitchell Whitlow with 5. So you're getting a little bit from the bench, a little bit more. You got 2 from Caden Williford. Bennett Blackerby held scoreless in the first half. Didn't really get too many looks at the basket even. So if you're Anderson, you trail by 6 and your leading scorer to this point in the season, or one of your 2 leading scorers anyway. I'm not sure exactly how the math breaks down between him and Whitlow. You'll take that. You'll take being down 6 against a team that's 2-0 in district, is 14-2 on the season, that came in and won your tournament. So Anderson in a pretty good position. They're doing a better job of rebounding. They're still struggling with turning the ball over. The offense, we talked about it in the first half, wasn't great, but they shot so many free throws that was able to keep them in it. You have to think some of these guys are going to be able to come up and connect on some of these threes that they have been taking that haven't fallen. If all that comes to fruition, Anderson has a real shot down the stretch of this game, but we're going to go ahead and take a break on the broadcast, take our water break, hydrate and massage the throat, as it takes a lot out of you just talking for half an hour straight. But we'd like to thank you for tuning in tonight. It's always a pleasure. It doesn't exist without you, quite literally. If no one was there to listen to it, and a tree falls in a forest, But anyway, we're going to go ahead and head to break now. My name is Jack Farrell. Always a pleasure bringing you some Anderson basketball. We've got a close one here in Austin as the Westlake Chaparrals lead the Anderson Trojans 26-20. You are listening to Anderson Basketball on Vype, brought to you by Howery Breen and Herman. We will be back shortly to take you through the rest of this game and take you through some more halftime thoughts back after this.
All right, tonight's halftime point shooting contest. 30 seconds for the most threes. Our person is Brett Trevor.
And both these teams are there for it. They've both missed open shots. If either one heats up, this could get out of hand in a hurry. If Anderson heats up, they could take the lead here. If Westlake gets hot in a hurry, then they could put this game out of reach here early in the third quarter. But got to keep the defense humming. Got to keep things going. Got to stay disciplined. Fight over screens. Close out driving lanes. Active hands. And if you can do all that, plus hitting a few extra shots, Anderson has a chance to knock off the big dog in this one. A little bit of revenge for the Anderson Classic.
Campbell Duncan, Mitch Whitlow, 5 apiece. Cade Williford with 2. Jackson Gill with 2. Leading scorer for the game is Max Perez-Adaman with 8. Mary and Paul with 7 for the shot.
White ball. All right, 8 minutes up on the board. Mitch Whitlow. He'll be the one to start things off for the Anderson Trojans. Back to Blackerby. They talked about it at half, and Bennett can't come up hitting. They said, hey, you know who hasn't scored yet? And he very nearly knocked that one down in and out, as here's Cahosi. Pretty limited in that first half. Is outside for Purushothaman, misses. Rebound goes short to Mitch Whitlow. Here comes Jackson Gill. Whitlow drives to his right, off to Fred Dale. He's left open for a 3. Line drive, no good. Dale on the follow. Back out to Campbell Duncan. So Anderson with possession off the offensive rebound. Jackson Gill with it over on the right side. Duncan faces up. They find Blackerby fading in the corner. He's going to try and take the contested jumper. That's no good. Good box out by Wander Cahosi. Must have been foul trouble with him because he's a fixture in the starting lineup and a guy that plays a lot of minutes for this Westlake team, as he goes straight into Fred Dale, and he's just too big. His first basket of the second half. Now here's Blackerby on the left wing, over 2.5, pass knocked away. Now cross court to Gill. Gill going to put it on the floor. He goes for a contested shot. He hits the contested shot. Nice floater from Jackson Gill. He's got a field goal. He's got 4 points. They pass ahead to Purushothaman. He loses it, gets it back out to Paul. No one can hang on to it here. As here's Paul. Blackerby defending, dribbles to his right. They get it into Cahosi. Now they're going to try Campbell Duncan on defense. Campbell hands up. Good D there to cut him off. Back outside. Here's Blake Amir. He looked at the shot, pulled it down. Now back outside to the other 3-point sniper. Lob out. Gavin Paul going to step into it. That's going to be no good off back iron. And a foul on the floor going against, I believe, Campbell Duncan.
Fouls on number 5, Campbell Duncan, his second, team first.
Back outside to Seegers. He's going to drive in. Whitlow tried to poke it away from behind, may have influenced that shot. Seegers can't get it. Cahosi there on the follow, can't get it. Batted out. Fred Dale finally clears. Westlake had a couple chances at it, couldn't. And Anderson turns it right back over. So here's Seegers, takes the bump, and he'll head to the line for 2.
Fouls on number 22, Fred Dale, his second.
2 on Dale. So 2 quick team fouls going against Anderson here in this second half.
Number 10, Eric Seegers.
First free throw's good from Seegers, as you'll find that all these high-end 6A schools, 6A teams, they're making their free throws. He misses that one. But Anderson can't get the rebound, and Cahosi's just going to get 2 instead of 1. So 9-point game. Campbell Duncan with the size mismatch. That's going to be an offensive foul as Paul sold the contact. As Campbell Duncan just can't post up without getting a foul called against him. That's a consistent thing, a consistent call as Campbell Duncan just, every time he tries to post up, a legal basketball move, mind you, he gets whistled for an offensive foul. As a three-pointer off, as Meary tries to save it, gets it off the feet of Campbell Duncan. Williford, Darby, and Bain into the game. Whitlow and Blackerby the only ones left. They find Meary. They're still doing a good job chasing him off the three-point line. Meary going to catch and shoot. Going to be short. Good box out there from Blackerby on the much larger Cahosi. As here's Bennett coming into the front court, goes behind his back, gets the rebound, or gets the ball, chases it down. Now here's Cooper Bain to the right side. Nowhere to go with it. They find Whitlow. Mitchell, he won't try the three. Instead, he'll drive in and kick to the corner for Darby. He's stuck with it. He's going to put it on the ground, into the air, pass out. Cooper Bain left open for three. Cooper Bain missing. Rebound up high to Meary. Now a 2-on-1, make it a 2-on-2. Paul blocked by Blackerby, followed by Seegers. Timeout, Anderson. Just can't quite find the points.
Full timeout.
It'll be a full timeout. We'll go ahead and take that with them. We'll be right back here. You're listening to Anderson Basketball on Vype.
Vype Campus brings our popular citywide media days interested right in Vype Campus. Hey high schoolers, are you interested in a career in sports media? Vype launched in 2017. Our Vype U Ambassador program is a one-of-a-kind educational scholarship program that offers high school students a chance to gain hands-on experience in the sports media field. Vype U also gives students a platform to build their portfolio of creative work under the guidance of Vype's seasoned professionals. From covering games to publishing photos, writing articles, and conducting on-camera interviews, each Vype U ambassador receives an immersive experience geared toward their interests, while promoting their own school and preparing them for their future. Email info@vypemedia.com to find out more about Vype U today.
And Vype U2, 33-22. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Bennett Blackerby with it. Anderson looking for a bucket. Only 2 points in the quarter thusly. As Mitchell Whitlow can't connect. Williford goes to the ground. Can't come up with it. As here's Cahosi. Is his presence being felt here in half number 2. Back to the line for him.
Fouls on number 23, Bennett Blackerby, his first, team fourth. At the line, 2-2.
4 minutes, 14 fouls for Anderson. Sub, Williford out. Gill in, Dale in, Bain out. And now another stoppage, and looks like a lane violation on Anderson. Seegers up high for it. Blackerby steals it away. Now over to Fred Dale. Fred going to back into the basket, back to Blackerby. Bennett going to put it on the floor. Push shot, banks it in. A little bit of luck there for Bennett Blackerby as he was off balance. So that's Bennett's first bucket of the ball game, makes it a 10-point game. Here's Cahosi. He's just going to drive to the cup. And they're going to call that a blocking foul.
That's good by him. Also, fouls on number 22, Fred Dale. His third, team fifth. Line shooting one. Cahosi.
So we have ground to a halt. Cahosi can't convert the N1. He's pretty raw offensively, but he's extremely athletic. Here's Whitlow. Pass to Blackerby. Bennett, he's going to drive baseline, pull up from the short corner, gets the floater to go. Bennett Blackerby back-to-back buckets for Anderson, and now he's seen a couple go down. That'll do wonders for his rhythm, and he might try and expand his range here in a moment. As that time, Campbell Duncan got a taste of his own medicine, and he knows if you sell that contact, if they try to back into you, it's an offensive foul every time. It's been across multiple games, multiple teams. If you try to back in, they're going to call the offensive foul. So if anyone tries to post you up, just hit the deck, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Either team, we've seen it on both sides tonight. We've seen it on Campbell Duncan all year. As here's Blackerby, fires it into Campbell Duncan, who had position, and one! So Campbell Duncan providing a spark, a swing play there, got the offensive foul, now gets the hoop in the harm. He'll shoot a free throw to make it a 7-point game. It's 36-28. DeShazo back into the game. Fred to the bench. Campbell's free throw swirls in. He's up to 8 points, a good outing for him. Here's Gavin Paul, passes ahead to Blake Amiri. He's going to zip it cross court to Lee, into the corner for Coote. Not looking for the shot. 2.5 to play here in the third quarter. Pass across to Miri. Anderson flocking to the ball. And that's going to be a travel going against Gavin Paul. There's something I've noticed. Anytime a player gets whistled for a travel, they look at their coach, and if he's yelling at the ref, then you feel good about yourself. If he is not yelling at the ref, then you travel. Now here's Jackson Gill, risky pass. Now back to Fred Dale, a little bit less risky. Now Dale kills his dribble, looking for just somewhere to go with it. Now he finds Bennett Blackerby. Bennett going to step back. His three rattles out. That one everything but the bottom for Bennett Blackerby, who still can't hit one tonight. From outside, he still has 4 points. 36-29 as Gavin Paul's taking it up for Westlake. Pass off to Miri. He's shied away from the outside looks. As here's Lee, back to Coote. Under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Paul, shot fake, drives in, back to Miri, takes the screen, kills his dribble outside, now back to Lee. It's a long offensive possession here for Westlake. And they haven't really even come close to attempting a shot. Here's Cahosi, puts it on the floor. Whitlow just having to take the contact, gave him a bump, missed the lay. Now here's Bennett Blackerby, eyes up ahead, crosses over, gonna put it on the ground, pull up from the short corner. He's been money from the short corner. If he can find that baseline, it's been smooth. Anderson has it down to a 5-point game. Now into Coote. Gonna put his back into Dale. Fred just hit the deck. Can't connect. Cahosi on the board. He goes up strong and gets it to go.
Cahosi.
8 points already in the half for Wonder Cahosi, as it's a 7-point game. Anderson, 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Blackerby, 22 to play. Here's Gill. Anderson trails it by 7. A shot here would be big. Resets the count as he puts the dribble down. 12 seconds to go. Blackerby dancing around, gets all the way to the cup. Layup no good. Meary on the board. Ball loose. Paul gets it behind his back. Half-court heave. It's no good, and they're going to wave that off. So a much better finish to the quarter for Anderson, as they trail it by 7 going into the break of the fourth quarter. I'd like to thank you for tuning into the broadcast. Another group of folks that we want to thank is our main sponsor here on the broadcasts, and it's one of Anderson's longest and most loyal sponsors. It's the personal injury trial firm of Howery, Breen, and Herman. Like Anderson basketball, they understand what it takes to fight and win. We're seeing it here tonight. Unlike the poser attorneys you constantly see on TV, Breen and his team are real trial attorneys who have actually tried cases to real juries and won record-setting verdicts in the courtroom. They care about their clients in real life, not just on TV. They have delivered hundreds of millions of dollars in settlements to injured folks in Austin, and Sean Breen has seen his share of victories at Anderson as well, as he and his brother played basketball for the Trojans, as did all 4 of Sean's sons. If you find yourself in the hard situation where you or a loved one has been hurt and are in need of a real trial attorney, call Sean Breen at Howery, Breen, and Herman.
Fourth quarter, let's bring them home, Trojans!
Anybody's game as it stands. Anderson will take on Del Valley tomorrow at 6 p.m. We will have that for you on Vype. I will not be here, unfortunately, as I'm making the trip up to Dallas tomorrow for my work at 104.9 The Horn. Going to be doing the state championship game from Jerry World. Vandergrift and DeSoto for that 6A D2 title. Westlake just knocked out in the last round. They were in the Division I bracket, but they're knocked out in the Final Four, I believe, as coming around the screen is Blake Meary to the cup. Can't connect. Cahosi there on the board. Even an argument that that's a goaltend. That's how high he can get up. 38-31, Whitlow crosses over. Mitchell to the basket, trying to pass it off. Does. Duncan can't come up with it. It was a beautiful pass by Mitchell Whitlow. I've seen that a couple times. Teammates just not quite ready for these wacky passes. As here's a triple on the way and an air ball from Gavin Paul. Rebound goes to Jackson Gill. Anderson streaking up the court the other direction. Mitchell Whitlow, transition 3. No good, looked dead on, just a bit too strong. 7 minutes to play, 38-31. Anderson can't get much closer. 7 to play. Here's Cahosi spinning in, and that's got to be a jump ball. Campbell Duncan all the way, and that is going to be a turnover essentially for Westlake, as Anderson will get the ball back. Excellent defense underneath by Campbell Duncan. There's Bennett Blackerby. You see him with the ball. It looks like he's wincing a little bit. So maybe not playing at 100% at the moment, but toughing it out as they don't have much else in favor of an offensive weapon. Is a nice pass into Fred Dale. He takes the contact and gets it to go. Football player running strong. He's got 8 points. That's a team high with Campbell Duncan. And what did I said pregame, they're going to need some more scoring output from some of these other guys, not named Whitlow and Blackerby, as here's Cahosi. And here are Campbell Duncan and Fred Dale leading the way, both with 8 apiece. Now into the corner, Purushothaman. He hasn't shot it much in the second half. 5-point game, Anderson trails. Meary and Westlake here content to just wait until they get a perfect shot, but Anderson doing a good job of not letting that opportunity present itself. But the other edge of that sword is Westlake, and no shot clock, can take as much time as they need, as that's a tough foul call going against Mitchell Whitlow. That's Anderson's last to give. Eric Seegers checking in, Coot checking out. 5:56 to play, 16 fouls for the Trojans. Here's Eric Seegers. He passes it into Cahosi. Campbell Duncan blocks it. 38-33, Trojans out and running. Gill all the way to the basket, takes the contact. No. Dale, yes!
Fred Dale!
38-35, Westlake needs a timeout. 5:40 to play here in quarter number 4. I'm having fun. Are you having fun? It will be a full timeout, so we'll go ahead and take it with them. 3 timeouts left apiece for each team. Westlake with a long way to go for the bonus. They only have 2 team fouls. Anderson with just, well, they're out of team fouls, so a foul and free throws here for Westlake in the remaining about 5.5 minutes. Actually, I talked long enough. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Anderson will be back at home tonight taking on the Del Valle Cardinals. That'll be at 6 p.m. right here. Josh Blanche, the man himself, will be on the call for that. So Fred Dale leading the way. He's got 10. Campbell Duncan with 8. Blackerby with 6. Whitlow with 5. Gill with 4. Williford with 2. So this is, you're seeing the blueprint. And it's impressive that they're able to do this against this Westlake team, but just if a game is as low scoring as possible, Anderson has their best chance. Because, I mean, 35 points, I mean, deep into the fourth quarter. That's a good defensive showing for Westlake, very good. But Anderson able to grind it out with them and keep it to 38 for Westlake at the moment. As Cahosi goes out to find Paul. Now back out to Cahosi. Now Meary looked at the shot. The closeout was good enough that it deterred him. Dribbling around, Campbell Duncan cuts that off. Now Gavin Paul, he's content to slow things down. It's a 1-possession game, just over 5 to play. Here's Cahosi. And this is where we've seen Anderson struggle to just find that last shot, or they can't find that last stop. Let's see if they can pull it off here. As back outside, Meary. He's driven off the three-point line, back out to Paul. Now back inside to Seegers. He's got his back to the basket. They get Cahosi with position. Campbell Duncan, another defensive stand as he has been locked down on Wonder Cahosi in these last few minutes. Gill, Whitlow, back out. Duncan, heel fire. No good. It looked like Cahosi might have gotten a hand on it. And they're Anderson arguing for the tip. And they won't get it. So Shap's ball, 38-35. 4.5 to play. Bullet dodge there for Westlake. Don't want to give Anderson more possessions. Either team, really. But here is Meary. Blackerby defending him. Switches on to Dale. Now Whitlow. Seegers back to Purushothaman. Whitlow defends him. Back outside for Paul. They look for Seegers inside with Jackson Gill defending. Back out for Purushothaman. They'll pull it out. Halfway through the quarter. Now here's Cahosi. He'll fake the handoff. Looking for Paul. And Gavin sends it back out to Wonder. He kills his dribble. They're just dancing around the perimeter here. They can't get anything inside. Now facing up on Campbell Duncan. Takes it right at him and now is able to get one over Campbell Duncan after several stops by the Trojan center. It's now a 5-point game, 3.5 to play. Here's Campbell Duncan, back to Bennett Blackerby. Screen comes, drives to his right, kicks off to Dale, the pass too hot. The ball is loose, Seegers comes up with it. And they got it to 3, now back to 5 with Westlake with possession. That's been the story. And several Trojan losses this year. Just can't get over the hump. But here's Paul to the right side. Here's Cahosi. He's going to go at Whitlow. And Mitchell, he got an elbow to the chin. It's now a 7-point game. That's 12 points all in the second half for Wonder Cahosi. Here's Campbell Duncan, back to Blackerby. He's open for the triple. Can't get it. Rebound tapped to Cahosi. Now an easy look on the other end. As this is what it's been. Anderson gets it close. And now it's all the way back out to a 9-point game with 2.5 to play. .44-35, 30-second timeout on the floor here. Anderson with 2 left, Westlake with 3. Back out onto the court. Both teams look like it has their starting groups out. Blackerby. Trail by 9, need a quick shot here. Or a quick turnover. So here's Darby. Checking in for Gill. Neary. They get it back to Paul. They're looking to get it into Cahosi, and that's the guy you want to foul if you do foul somebody. The other guys are good shooters. Cahosi is touch with the ball. It's one of his lesser skills, as the short corner jumper is good, as Westlake is pulling away. .11-point game, under 2 to play. Darby into Campbell Duncan. He'll take it in. Push shot, no good. Rebound, Cahosi. Seegers finds Purushothaman. Now back out. Seegers again. Free throws coming.
Fouls on number 1, Mitch Whitlow, his first, team 7. Shamps and Nabona at the line, 1-on-1, number 10, Eric Seegers.
Misses the first. Rebound goes long, and it goes to Cahosi. Here's Paul, and now they'll get the foul.
Foul on number 5, Campbell Duncan, his 4th.
Fourth on Duncan. 8th on the Anderson Trojans, and 1 minute to play. It's an 11-point ball game. Gavin Paul, good shooter to the line. Got the roll. Gets them both. Now here's Gill. Finds Campbell Duncan. He's in the corner. Drives in, back outside. Bennett Blackerby going to try the 3. That's blocked. Rebound out of bounds. It will be Westlake basketball. Seegers inbound it. Anderson all out of time. As this is a good press break here, as Cahosi puts the exclamation point. Blackerby races up the court, tried to get it, couldn't. And now with 30 seconds to go, Seegers. Anderson just going to play the foul game. Looks like Anderson done with the foul game after that. So Eric Seegers to the line. He's got 5 points. That was still in the single bonus for the last shot. 1 for 2. Because here's Blackerby. Lobs it over to Mitch. Mitch going to fire. That's another three-pointer blocked. Whitlow gets it. Looking back for Bennett. Bennett going to try again. This one not blocked, but he will shoot 3 free throws. So Blackerby with a chance to pad the stats a bit.
Fouls on 22, Max. Maroos at the line. At the line shooting 3, Ben Blackerby.
As you can't get in the guy's landing area when he's shooting a 3. Good old Zaza Pachulia roll. Sorry, Spurs fans. Wasn't a great day for me either. Bennett's got 8. So here's Darby. Campbell Duncan going to check out. As Anderson really only runs a 7 or 8 man rotation. And Anderson content to just dribble this one out. Final score here will be 51-38. As Anderson once again just couldn't quite mount the complete comeback. They got it to within 3 with about 5.5 to play, and from there just couldn't hit a basket. I believe they only had 3 or 5 points after that point. So Westlake able to put their feet on the gas to end the game, and Anderson drops a close one. Another good game for Anderson, another one that they drop, or a good game from a basketball standpoint. As far as entertainment value goes, there's a lot to clean up if you are the Trojans, though. Once again, turnovers, rebounds, offense, but you saw a recipe for success there. Just try and hold the team to as few points as possible, but ultimately, at the end of the day, you're not going to win a lot of games when you only score 38 points. But big games there from Fred Dale and Campbell Duncan, 10 points, 8 points. Bennett Blackerby also finished with 8. Mitchell Whitlow finished with 5. Gill 4, Williford 2. That's your scoring for Anderson. 51-38 is your final score. We're going to go ahead and sign off. We'll be back on air tomorrow evening. I am pained. I am devastated to not be able to join you for that one, as it's my old team. First team I ever covered here on Vype, the Del Valley Cardinals. Hopefully Josh takes good care of you guys. Hopefully you have a great Friday night and a great weekend. We'll be back I'll be back next Wednesday, I believe, on the road at Lake Travis. That should be our final game before the Christmas holiday. But I'd like to thank you for tuning in once again. I would like to thank our sponsors on the broadcast, Howery, Breen, and Herman, for everything they do for keeping the broadcast afloat. I am Jack Farrell. For my QA back in the Vype Live studios, a.k.a. his house, Mr. Les Clary, my boss, Mr. Merle Bertrand, will be on the call for the state title game tomorrow. Our technical director, Suna Venkat, who really we would be lost without. Thank her. I'm Jack Farrell, signing off. Good night, everybody.